it's important that you are able to correctly identify the different types of transformation and be able to describe them properly. So here are 10. So you might want to pause the video here and have a go at describing each of these 10 and then press play again when you're ready to go through the answers. So let's start with number 1, okay? Well, actually, let's, rather than going through them one by one all the way up to 10, let's first of all identify the translations. So translations involve a plus or a minus, so a plus a number or a minus a number inside or outside of a bracket. And so numbers 1, 3, and 6, these are all translations. So this first one is a translation by the vector, okay? Now, because x has been replaced with x plus 5, we have gone minus 5 in the x direction, and there's no number outside, and so it is minus 5, 0. Number 3 is a translation. Now, x hasn't changed inside the bracket, and so we haven't moved along the x-axis. Instead, we've moved in the y-axis. We've got this plus 7, and so we've gone up 7. Number 6, we've identified as a translation. Now, x has been replaced with x minus 8, and so we've translated 8 units to the right. And minus 3 is outside the bracket, and so we've translated 3 down. Okay, so those are the 3 translations. The remainder then must be stretches. Okay, so let us identify which are stretches in the y, parallel to the y-axis first. So if it's parallel to the y-axis, then the factor has to be outside of the function. So that would be this one, number 5, okay, and number 7. So these are both stretches parallel to the y-axis. So this is a stretch parallel to the y-axis, factor. Now if the number outside of the function is k, the factor is k. So this is factor 4. And so this is a stretch parallel to the y-axis, and that is factor 1/7. Okay, so let's get a new colour. So the remaining ones, number 2, number 4, and number 8, must be stretches parallel to the x-axis because the number is inside the bracket. So this is a stretch parallel to the x-axis. Now the factor, because it's inside the bracket, is always 1 over that number, and so it is 1/4 for number 2. For number 4, we have a stretch parallel to the x-axis, and this will be factor 1/1/5, so 5. And number 8 is a stretch parallel to the x-axis, factor 1/3/5, so 5/3. Okay, so that deals with the main bulk of the problems. I've also put up this 9 and 10, okay? Now, these are both reflections, okay? But we just need to identify which axes they are reflections in. So, because the x is replaced with minus x, just think of a coordinate, any coordinate you like that isn't on the x or y axis. So let's choose this point here. This is the point 2, 7. Now, the point 2, 7, if I replace x with minus x, then that means that I've replaced the 2 with minus 2, and that means I now have the point over here. So this has reflected the point in the y-axis. So this number 10 is a reflection in the y-axis. So if I'm replacing the y with minus y, then this point is now at 2 minus 7, which is down here. So that is a reflection in the x-axis. Okay? And that is how we can identify these different types of transformation.